大家早上好，今天我们将乘搭澳航航班从悉尼飞到博斯，顺便可以尝试一下他们的商舱服务如何。来吧，我们现在马上出发。Selamat pagi, apa kabar semuanya teman-teman? Kali ini saya mau naik pesawat Qantas dari Sydney ke Perth di business class. Ayo, sekarang langsung ke bandara ya. A very good morning, everyone. Today, our journey begins here at the Stanford Plaza Hotel across from Sydney Domestic Terminal. And today, we are going on Qantas on what is the longest domestic flight in Australia between Sydney and Perth. Of course, there is actually a longer domestic flight than this, which is from Sydney to Sydney via Antarctica. But we are not going on that today, are we? So I chose the longest flight possible, specifically to sample the business class offerings on what is a wide-body Airbus A330-300. So I'm really looking forward to the experience. So yeah, let's head to the airport for check-in.
Hi guys, I didn't start off exactly with the best of moods this morning. I left my toothbrush at home yesterday when I left Adelaide and thinking I could get a toothbrush in the bathroom at the hotel. Unfortunately, they were gonna charge me $25 to get a travel kit. This is not right, Stanford. And of all the days I chose to travel, I chose to fly out today where they have implemented daylight savings, so I lost one precious hour of sleep. And not to mention the night before I was tossing and turning and couldn't sleep at all. So here I am at the airport with epic morning breath and little sleep looking for the Qantas lounge. Since the collapse of Ansett Australia in 2001, Qantas was the only full-service airline that was servicing transcontinental flights between the eastern part of Australia and Perth. Virgin Blue rebranded in 2011 and became Virgin Australia, and thus started direct competition with Qantas on these routes. In terms of business class products, these two airlines splash out nothing but the best as they try to woo corporate travelers into their planes. This is the lounge at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Seeing how most of the passengers have departed on the 6 a.m. bank of flights, it was decidedly empty. Thankfully, the lounge gave me a toothbrush to freshen my breath. Qantas has chosen a staggered 1-to-1 configuration for their business class cabin, which seems to be rather common in a lot of airlines these days. The window seats offers the best privacy because, as you can see, the partition extends the entire length of your table console. Waiting at my seat was a large blanket, a large fluffy pillow, and the menu for today's flight. Storage of your hand luggage is either in the footwell or in the overhead compartments. Buttons for your seat adjustment is located above my phone, and as you can see, there's a USB port, a headphone jack, and a universal power port, and your headphones are already waiting there. The reading lamp is adjusted from here. It's a one-touch function, and you can hit an on or an off, whichever way you like. The seat headrest is just 4-way adjustable. There is also a remote that's hidden in the armrest, complete with a mirror, so you can do silly waves to yourselves while recording. Even though the TV is touchscreen, this remote is useful when you're in a lie flat position. I cannot emphasize just how private these seats are. I can't see them, they can't see me. I really just feel like doing something like picking my nose at this point. Now, let me take you through the QANTAS IFE system. Most important to aviation geeks like me is the in-flight map, which is unfortunately not interactive. However, if you're looking for movies and TV shows, they do have a wide selection to keep you occupied for the rest of your flight. These headphones are supposed to be noise cancelling, but as you can tell from my face, I wasn't too impressed. I think this is how I would look like if I was trying on a pair of $8 headphones in Kmart. The sturdy tray table is deployed by pushing the button here. It can be pushed forwards and backwards, but do note that once it is deployed, you are pretty much stuck to your seat, especially if you're at the window. I absolutely love airlines who take the trouble to do individual table settings in business class, and Qantas is one of them. There is none of that one tray nonsense here. It is time to tuck into my main to see how this is all gonna pan out for this flight. I do have to apologize before you view this because I am not normally like this, but as I cut this piece of omelette, oh my god, look at me, what a pig. Can't take me anywhere, can you? Well, as I'm trying to chomp down this big piece of omelette in my mouth, I didn't really think it was that tasty. It was meh. Anyway, I didn't think it was that good, seriously. What I'm holding in my hand is a pea and chorizo muffin. Now, while I didn't like the omelette that much, this piece of muffin was out of this world. One word for it, orgasmic. After breakfast, it was time to deploy the bed. The effects of not having enough sleep the previous night was starting to creep up on me.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay guys, this is we're halfway through the flight, and as you can see we are coasting just out of South Australia into the basin over the sea, and this flight has been really excellent because the crew was just so warm and very engaging to every passenger they spoke to. Before I came on this flight, I actually contacted the Qantas media department to let them know that I will be doing a bit of filming, but I assured them that I would be filming myself and I won't be including much of the crew unless of course they accidentally walk into the frame, but otherwise the footage will be mostly about me, and I told the media department to let the crew know not to be alarmed that I'll be talking to myself most of the time like what I'm doing now. And and the CSM came to me before the flight took off and had a little chat about what I was doing, and they were very nice about it, and he admitted that some of the crew, when they received the request from the media department that I would be filming, that they are uncomfortable about being filmed, but that didn't stop them from engaging in conversation with me. But I was very careful not to point my camera at them during the meal service or at any point in time if I could help it. The meal was, I wasn't too impressed with the main because it was, eggs on a plane. There are so many ways you can go wrong, and this one did. It was reheated, obviously, so it was dry and rubbery. However, my God, the muffin is the best I ever had. I mean, savory muffins, who would have thought, right? So I would gladly fly Qantas again, just so I could have that muffin again. It was that good. Yep. So now I have the seat in a lounge position, and look, I can actually spread out a lot of space for me to move around. I can actually sit backwards, facing the camera to speak to you guys. So I'm actually quite impressed with the amount of space that this seat offers. However, this is not really a revolutionary product because you have similar seats on Philippine Airlines, SAS. So this obviously came straight out of the catalog of Thomson Vantage, this being the XL version. So the only thing Qantas did to make this their own is to have their own unique color palettes. As you can see, they've got wooden accents around the TV and around the console itself, which is chic and stylish, and this is what I like about the cabin. Otherwise, the seat is black leather and it can get quite sticky on your skin if the cabin temperature is not set correctly, which I've experienced a few times. But thankfully today's flight, the air conditioning is working fine, so black leather is not an issue here. Yeah, so I am looking forward to landing in Perth and the continuation of my journey back to Adelaide today. So I'll see you when I land in Perth. Yep, see ya.
Even with my bag in the footwell, I was able to lie relatively flat and had a good nap of about 1.5 hours. It's a testament to how comfortable this seat really is. 45 minutes before we landed, we had a second beverage service with ginger spiced cookies. As we come to land in Perth, let's take a moment to conclude this flight. Let's start with the hardware. I mean, make no mistake, there is nothing inherently wrong with the present generation of Qantas business class seats. However, if you look at what the competition is putting out, like Tata and their Q Suites, Delta Airlines with their Delta One, and then you come back to Qantas, suddenly it all seems very dated. Perhaps I've been spoiled by being on Asian carriers, but a few rounds of hot towel service would have been nice. Now, let's move on to the positives. This bunch of cabin crew. When they were told that I was coming on board to film, they could have been nasty about it, but they weren't. In fact, they took it all in their stride and they rolled with the punches. While they were initially cautiously tiptoeing around me, towards the end, they kind of loosened up and sort of engaged in conversation. So here am I disembarking from the A330, rather reluctantly because it felt as if I've made new friends with them. I am also at the part of the trip report that I bid you farewell and safe travels, and until the next time, I'll see you again.
Và sớm bình minh, anh mở mắt dậy nhìn em trôi rúc bên mình, kéo tấm rèm cửa sổ và cùng nhau đón những ánh nắng. Hôn em một nụ hôn ngọt ngào dù vẫn trêu ánh răng. Này em ơi, cô gái tuổi đôi mươi, ngày nào bên anh giờ cũng sắp sửa 3 sỏi, nhưng vẫn là em thôi, cả tuổi trẻ mình chung đôi. Và đừng về nhà anh mấy chắc có thêm em chung chối. Cần phải lòng lượng giản đơn em xinh hơn và anh vẫn thích như vậy. Em chẳng cần phải kiêu sa trong thế.
Okay guys, so here we are at the giveaway. So in my travels I've accumulated a lot of amenity kits, and they're just piling up in my wardrobe. So I think now is the perfect time to give them away. So for this episode I have a Porsche design amenity kit courtesy of Malaysia Airlines. So this was given to me a little over a year ago, and it is still fully stocked. So just leave a comment and let me know why you want this amenity kit, and give me a subscription over my Instagram, which I will put the handle just below the screen. And then at the end of the month, I will choose a winner to receive this amenity kit. Okay, it's a very neatly designed, white colored Porsche design amenity kit from Malaysia Airlines. So I can't wait to hear from you, so leave me a comment below on the video. See ya!